Oh yes, yes. Oh yes.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Granny's Peach Tea. This is episode 221 for those who are counting. Yes, we're on a little bit earlier than originally posted, but guess what? It's all good. We were so excited to get on tonight. We decided to jump on here, and guess what? It's Friday night's Granny's Peach Tea. We already got
We're dancing.
our dancing. Our chair dancing has already started.
I just realized it as I was getting down. I was like, oh, this is a Friday tradition.
Friday traditions are always chair dancing traditions, so it just always seems to find its way. But listen, thank you for joining us as always. If you're joining us on the Facebook live stream, if you're joining us on YouTube, or wherever you found your audio only podcast, we always appreciate the support. Yeah, and we're pretty pumped up, man. We got three big topics to discuss here. We got a Masters of the Universe teaser trailer that dropped yesterday from Amazon MGM Studios, so we will be doing trailer reaction for that to open things up. We also got Fallout Season 2, Episode 6, which was a wild one that we, that we're jonesing to talk about here, and also our movie of the week as we continue our look back through the Alien franchise, Alien 3. David Fincher's directorial debut. And
I refuse to admit that.
We have a lot of thoughts. I'm not going to bury everything with it, but this should be a very exciting show. This will be a roller coaster of a ride. I can assure you that. But yeah, Jason, what's up, dude? We got some uranium fever, I see.
Oh, I got uranium fever, baby. I'm so happy you chose this one. I was watching Fallout last night, and when this song came on, I was like, it's got to choose this one. It's got to. And when it came on, I was like, yes, I finally predicted one.
It was admittedly down to this, or I was just gonna go with the traditional, the old school He-Man theme. I mean, whatever it is, that's pretty much all I had.
Okay.
There's nothing in Alien 3 that I went with.
No. There's nothing in Alien 3. Full stop. We're done. No, that's not true.
Yeah.
That's not true. I am gonna make a case for parts of that movie, but but we'll get to that. But yeah, no. So I've been on Regents Week this week. For the high school teachers out there, you know what I mean. Little grading, little proctoring, no planning, no student face proctor.
Proctor! I don't know. Every time I hear that word, that's the first thing that comes to my mind.
What's really funny is my work husband at work loves those movies, and he will just walk down the hall going, "Yo, Mahoney!" And he knows that there are only 3 people in the building who get it, and that makes it funnier to him.
Exactly. There is a level of that when you have a great joke like that and nobody gets it, is when I get annoyed. That's when I'm like, all right, if it drops on deaf ears, like I think I told you there was a couple of weeks ago I had we had Meatball Heroes delivered to work, and I went with the Point Break obvious. It was just like, hey, I was like, man,
Yes.
I hear that place has the best meatball sandwiches in town, man. So I'm like, yeah. And then I was walking away. I'm like, Utah, give me 2. I just got a stupid look, and I'm like, I forget it. I'm out. That's it.
Yeah. Obscure movie trivia, movie quotes. It's a dying art.
It is a dying art. It shouldn't.
These kids today, they're quoting their Barbie and their Harry Potters. They don't know the classics. They don't know the Point Breaks of the world.
Yeah, no. Unfortunately, they don't. But all right, so let's get to it then, shall we? We do have the Masters of the Universe teaser trailer that dropped online yesterday. So we were blessed by MGM Studios with this one. So we're going to go ahead and pop that up here now and check it out. And yes, this is the first time Jason is seeing this one. And this is probably like the 600th time I've watched this. But I don't care because it's always great. So Here we
Any
go.
of the viewers know how I roll.
Exactly.
All that stuff that only exists in legends and bedtime stories. Talking tigers, spaceships, and magic swords that can make a man as mighty as a god. Where I come from, that stuff is real. Why did you send me away?
I wanted you to be safe. So I sent you to a place I knew that they'd never find you. There's
This obsession with nerd stuff and sword things, it's not a good look for human resources.
I know it sounds crazy, but that sword is gonna show me the way home.
Sir, you can't do that.
Don't worry, the sword's mine.
Hang on, it's about to get weird.
What am I supposed to do? Take the sword. You protect them.
I have the power!
I'm going to say that I know that I normally have the franchise fatigue. I know that I'm normally like, can we make new things and stop going back? This is different because this is what we were owed as kids when we got that Dolph Lundgren garbage. This looks so good that there's something about it that I'm like I don't know how I feel about it. I got to see what they do with it. I don't know how I feel about them having Adam in the real world and then bringing him in there. But everything else looks so good that I'm like, I don't care. I got to see this movie. That Castle Grayskull alone looks great. I saw Fisto Fistin.
Dude, Jason, we're the same age. Anyone who's followed us knows we've done some Masters of the Universe on the show. Like we have both seasons of Kevin Smith's Revelations and Revolutions. We covered.
Yeah, we both like that.
The Dolph Lundgren movie. Like we did the Christmas special with She-Ra and everything like that. So we've done our fair share of Masters of the Universe, and we did our, look back at the toys and all of that. So I'm pretty sure you're going to echo this, like, because you kind of just said it in different words. My first thoughts after seeing this yesterday, I feel like I've been waiting for this movie for like over 40 years.
100%. 100%. Battle Cat is there. As I said, Fisto was fisted. I think I saw Beastman lurking around. They're clearly bringing out the cast of characters, and I know he wasn't shown, but I'll be really hella surprised if Orko isn't in this movie, and that's all I really want. I just want Orko.
So, from what I understand, Orko is in the film. He wasn't shown in this, but he also his voice hasn't been, the casting hasn't been released yet.
Yeah,
because he's going to be CGI, so
of course
it'll be voice acting. So I mean,
it'll be like a Rocket Raccoon thing.
Yeah, and again, this movie comes out in June, so they could still have to record that and whatever and yada yada. Yeah. So who knows, right? Like this movie's still being worked on. Yeah, from everything there, this movie looks and feels like Masters
Yeah.
of the Universe, the shit we grew up with. And I know it's been rebooted various times afterwards, and it's fine. I mean, there are other generations who have their Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, but this is ours.
No, this is ours, and the OG is the one that this one is clearly drawing from.
Yeah. And look, that and I'm just saying it's okay if they want to do other takes after this. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But just know that we, the OG Masters of the Universe fans, have been owed this since childhood. Gwildor, as much as I love that actor, by the way, fantastic actor, but Gwildor is not Orko, my friends, nor will he ever be.
No, the Gwildor, what was it, Blade, and whatever the fuck, I don't know, whatever. So to break everything down is, so yeah, number one, He-Man. Like, the whole thing with Prince Adam being sent to Earth, hidden on Earth. I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of cool with it. My guess is that's only going to be like the first 15 minutes of the movie.
And that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, I don't
And
think I don't think it's going to be a lot.
Yeah, and if it's that, fine, I get it. You need to ground it in the reality to get seats and butts and seats of people who are younger than us. I get that. I just hope that it's not like a major conceit. I hope there isn't like, we've got to get Prince Adam, and it's Prince Adam bumbling through and becoming He-Man at the end. That's kind of what I'm afraid of.
Yeah, I don't know with the Prince Adam stuff. I'll see what it is. My guess is I think most of the movie is going to be spent in Eternia. Is going to be my guess.
I'm hoping.
These stuff
look,
though, yeah. What's up?
Maybe the fact that it's on Earth. Maybe I'm just bothered by it because that was one of the huge missteps in that the Dolph Lundgren one. Like, and we reviewed it. It's a fine, bad. It's a B movie night. It's a bad movie night. It's canon. I'm not gonna say I'm never gonna watch it again. You have people over, have a couple of drinks. Hey, let's throw this stupid movie on and make fun of it. But like, it was not good at the time. It was. I would dare say it was traumatizing to a generation of He-Man fans to get that as our movie.
Yeah, it sucked. It just we went over it. We beat the crap out of it. I have no intention of revisiting it again. I'm pretty sure I said that in our review.
I know.
Of it. Yeah,
Frank Langella.
Yeah, I'm good with all of that. Again, especially since you're giving me this. Like,
yeah, for sure.
This is the one I've always wanted. The stuff with Prince Adam on Earth, I think it is pretty awesome that he has the pink shirt and everything like that.
Like that.
Again, like Prince Adam typically does. I think I am going to address it because it is kind of insane. So, if you had to take a guess, what thing I will just say a certain group of people online took issue with and were all had their panties in a bunch yesterday.
Let me guess.
What would you
all
say?
Right. It's got to be the fact that the character from a cartoon fantasy, the fictional character from a cartoon fantasy,
fictional characters,
is being played by a black man. Did I hit it? Did I nail it?
All right, so I am going to say this. I personally did not see any of it.
Okay.
I expected it, and I'm sure it happened. I did not see that. It's actually even more mind-boggling than that, because that alone is absurd.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, that's stupid, but that's also old news. But all right, I didn't clock anything else. What?
Okay.
This isn't a big. I have no idea what's coming.
There is a quick shot when they show Adam at work at his desk, and they show his nameplate that says Adam Glenn, and below it says he, him. That is what upset apparently a bunch of people from a certain group. That's what got them upset. And we're already trying to scream and cry that this movie is, air quotes, woke. Okay. Let's address this head on. Number one.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
It's extremely stupid, but guess what? But let's just clear it out, because I don't want to spend a lot of time on this because it is extremely stupid. But guess what? For those people, the joke went over your head. His name is He-Man. What in itself is a fucking pronoun. They were making a joke. They were making light of the whole thing.
Yeah, they were using it as a joke.
This is supposedly what you want, I think.
No, but see, you're expecting them to think. You're thinking. Stop thinking, Ed. Stop thinking.
It was a clever joke. And again,
Yeah.
it was saying, hey, Adam is He-Man.
Yeah.
You know,
Because
He-Man, the main character that you pretty much came to see.
him is a pronoun for man.
Yes.
So
It was
his
making
name
a
is
joke.
male pronoun man. So this is male pronoun, male pronoun. Pronouns, by the way, not woken of themselves. They're just parts of speech. We've been using them. We have all been using them all our lives.
Yes.
Just throwing that out there.
Now again,
It's an English thing.
it was a joke that was made around it. And that upset you. So now you don't want them joking about it?
Who
I
It's
don't know.
outrage culture. It's outrage culture.
Yes.
And I think both sides do it, but I think one side does it in such a way that you have to go, oh my God, we're doomed as a species.
Yeah, it was pretty mind-boggling because I got the joke pretty quickly and was laughing, and I'm like, oh wait a second, there's that. So
I can't believe I didn't even
upset that
clock
there's
that.
jokes. I thought it's a very clever joke. It's just
It's
it
very
moves.
clever.
Yeah.
It's very clever. I just didn't even see it. That was some like where people that kind of strikes me as, were people looking for reasons? Were people looking, okay, what can I be outraged about?
Yes. There are people who often do that. They kind of they want to be upset, so they look for something to get upset about. Because I'm sorry, if you are of a certain age, especially in our wheelhouse, and our buddy Tim, yes, Tim, we did get that line in it also.
We did.
We got I have the power, which by the way, I'm gonna need that. I almost gonna need that in this movie. I'm gonna need the action to stop, and I'm gonna need the whole thing to happen. They show it. I want that theme in this. Give me an epic version of it. It's cool. I don't care.
And at some point, I just want someone to go, He-Man.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the background. It was just someone singing He-Man over and over again.
Listen, genius songwriting. It is. It's just what it is.
He-Man.
Yes. He-Man. Yeah, I'm gonna need some version of that in this movie, and I would be shocked that if we don't get it, because it just seems like this is what they're going for. They know their shit. Now, this movie is being directed by Travis Knight, who, for those who may not know, also directed the best Transformers movie that we've gotten in Bumblebee.
Oh, he did Bumblebee?
Yeah.
All right, no, you just bought some points for this.
My man knows 80s fucking Saturday morning cartoons, apparently.
Because I think indisputably Bumblebee is the best Transformers movie, live action Transformers movie, because nothing's ever going to beat the one where Optimus Prime dies. That's Orson Welles' last movie. Come on.
That's another thing that scarred that same generation at the same time for different reasons.
we got every cartoon, man. We got beat up in every cartoon.
Yeah, and it was wild. So yeah, I'm thrilled with this, man. He-Man also looks like this dude bulked up like crazy to play He-Man, and that was he looks good.
And Skeletor looks good. Fisto was fisting. I don't know how many times I got to say this. Fisto was fisting.
We got Fisto. There's a shot of Trapjaw in there. We get Beastman.
Oh, yeah.
There's Cringer, which that's another thing. I gotta have him aim and hit Cringer and turn him into Battle Cat. I can't wait to see Battle Cat.
It's gotta happen. It's gotta happen. Yeah, that's gonna be good.
Yeah, and
even if the story sucks, if they get the visuals right, I'm in.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. You know what I'm saying? I'm almost at the point where I'm like, dude, this has got me so amped. Just from the visuals alone, I mean, you're right. I would even be forgiving of the story. This doesn't have to like, crush everything else. Yeah, Tim's on Trapjaw, Ram Man.
Ram Man.
There's a shot of Evil Lynn in this too.
Exciting.
Yeah, there's everything. Gray Skull looks great. I mean, Man at Arms, Idris Elba looks awesome. He's got the like comics accurate suit.
All of that.
Yeah, Tila has basically her suit going on here too.
Yeah, I gotta rewatch it. I gotta rewatch that when we're done on a bigger screen because I was watching on my phone, and so I missed a bunch of it. I'm gonna do something I never do. I'm gonna rewatch a trailer.
You might, and I gotta promise you right now, you're gonna rewatch it multiple times.
Probably will because I'm gonna be like, I want to see what else I missed.
Yeah, there's so much in this teaser trailer. I can't wait for the full trailer as well.
I can't believe that was just a teaser. That we got a lot there.
We did. It's like about 2 minutes, and that was just the teaser.
Yeah. Wow. All right.
Yeah. So, and from what I understand, like, there's a lot of buzz apparently in Hollywood that like they know they've got something here. Like that's going to be pretty fucking awesome. So
yeah, I'm excited for this. This is going to be good.
Yeah. So I will say too is that number one, I think we could easily say now as a teaser trailer, your level of excitement for this film has ratcheted up probably quite a bit.
Dude, I'm going to say if that's the criteria, this is the best teaser trailer ever.
It very damn well could be because it's gone from like zero, like not zero. We were interested. We didn't see anything yet though.
Right. It was the concept was there, but yeah, we didn't see anything. But again, I thought this was the trailer. There's so much here for a teaser trailer that if it is functioning as a teaser trailer, I have never had a teaser trailer make me want to see a movie so much.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, Tim was saying I was skeptical about Earth being involved in the story, probably for the same reasons we talked about. But they explained it real quick. Yeah, exactly. And they did it in the fucking teaser trailer, so it's almost like, all right, let's roll.
Right.
So there's, by the way, so the only thing that I've seen, the other thing that I saw people kind of like chattering about, which I thought was actually hilarious, is in a real genuinely funny way though, is wait a second, but Jared Leto's in this.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Now listen, it looks like Skeletor is probably majority CGI, and he's probably just voicing it.
Absolutely. And Jared Leto gets to play a villain, which I hear he's a villain.
He's a villain of some sort,
Well, I mean, his actions when he goes, method, which I'm an actor and I think that's so obnoxious. I gotta go method. I gotta be the Joker. I gotta send dead rats to Viola Davis, a national treasure of our country. I have to torment this poor woman.
Jason, I'm gonna tell you right now though, I hope to God he went method for Skeletor. If he did, I have to know this and I have to see it. I'm hoping somebody documented this because I want him. Well, you know what I'm envisioning? I'm envisioning him, people saying, "Hey, you did a good job. Thank you for being a good." And he's like, "No, I don't want to be good. I want to be evil." And I want him leaving meetings like table reads and walking through mirrors and breaking it through the other way. That's what I want him doing.
That's right.
Come on.
He goes full method. What I want to see is I want to see him on set whenever they call cut. He'll just give a Skeletorism out there, like the memes, and then just like until next time, and he just runs away.
How awesome would that be when he leaves the set every time he does that? I'll get you next time, Travis Knight. And
then there was that one day it was weird where Jared Leto showed up and he was just acting as Frank Langella. That was a weird part of the method.
No, I know. I'm envisioning him all acting like a cartoon. He has to be cartoon
Skeletor
the whole time.
No, that's that. My vision is that he literally embodies every version of Skeletor at some point.
Oh, that would be great.
Around the holidays, he came in and he's like, Okay, Travis Scott, let's save Christmas.
Exactly. Like, come on, this would be the best thing ever.
It would be. Oh man, I want that documentary.
Oh, that would be great. Even if they had like a behind the scenes or like an extras thing of somebody doing this and filming that. Maybe he does that as a side gag. That would be
Right.
hilarious.
That'd be great. That'd be really funny. Is
Oh,
he our age or is he our age or is he younger?
who, Travis Knight
Jared Leto.
or
Jared Leto.
oh, Jared Leto? Let me take a look. He's 54, so he's actually older.
Oh shit!
I did not
Hollywood,
realize.
man.
I did not realize he was Jesus. I thought he was around our age.
I thought so too, or younger. Man, he looks good for his age. Who
Yeah.
is Jared Leto?
This I'm actually kind of curious. All right, Travis Knight's 52 years old, so I felt like he had to be in the ballpark to be nailing these like 80s movies.
That's so. I want to point out, since we're talking about the '80s, I want you to think back into the '80s when we were kids and think about what you thought a 54-year-old man looked like.
Oh, like Archie Bunker.
Yeah, exactly. Which I think is what Archie was in his like 50s, maybe even 40s. This is a Roman god come to life, and it's like, yeah, he's 54.
Yeah.
How crazy is it? How have things changed? How did that happen? How did we get here? How did we get here where the elderly are hot gods?
I don't know, man. I mean, it's one thing that you could say is definitely improving with that.
No, that's true. I think I'm just jealous that these people look better like now than I did at 20. I think that's what it comes down to.
Tim's got one question, which Tim, yeah, we chatted about this. Where's Orko? So apparently Orko's in the film from what we understand, but they just haven't officially announced who is voicing him. So that's why he's probably not in this. So I would guess they're still kind of working on that. I don't know. There's so many ways they can go with that one. I don't know. That's going to be an interesting voice thing because I'm not even.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I'm just happy he's there. I'm
Yeah.
just happy he's there. Like even if it's rough CGI or whatever, I'm gonna be honest. Like even if it looks like MODOK, which we talked about, there was some rough CGI at first, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be gonna be like, I don't see a problem. Orko's there. Shut up, everyone, shut up. Because that is how badly I want to see a live action Orko. It doesn't even have to be good.
So I'm going to call this right now, so early on in the process. All right, two things I want to predict about this. Number one, the post-credit scene or mid-credit scene will definitely be setting up She-Ra.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Because they're going for the universe, and this is actually a property you can do that.
Yeah, they can go completely all in on this, and I'm here for it. Like, listen, this does well. You want to set up that breadcrumbs to set up She-Ra and bring her in for the sequel and the Horde. I'm all here for it.
I love Hordak. I love the Horde. I think they're such interesting characters.
Or better yet, that's going to be the post-credit scene. The mid-credit scene will be a PSA.
Oh, like today we learned like
Yes.
what? Oh God, yes.
Right?
Oh, I hope that's the case. I hope that's the case where they do a little throwback, like a cheesy little summation. That would be awesome.
And again, I'm just basing this on like my wish list, and being that Travis Knight seems to have nailed my wish list because he gave us in the beginning of Bumblebee. Remember that fucking live action on Cybertron, especially. Dude, that was everything I wanted. We wanted Michael Bay to do for 5 movies, and he banged it out in fucking 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. No, it's very true. That's very true. He's got his finger on the pulse of the genre he's working in, and it like when you're doing nostalgia like this deep, because it's a deep cut, He-Man. Like not for people our age,
Yeah.
but like there are people who only know, if they know He-Man at all, they know the updated stuff. Right, so it's a kind of a deep cut, but he has his finger on that pulse, and that's the important part of the genre, I think.
Yeah, that's what I would say. I have a lot of confidence in him, and guess what? If he nails this, by the way, also if this crushes it, Which I think I'm not predicting $1 billion and stuff, but who the fuck knows, dude? Minecraft made $1 bazillion. I don't know. I forgot what the top
Yeah,
box office was, but who knows?
And and like I'm gonna say, let me a reminder. It took my son to see that movie 3 times, so I was part of that problem.
No, but I had no idea that was going to become a thing. So
Oh, it
and
was
I
huge.
get,
Yeah, it's
and
huge.
listen, Masters of the Universe is somewhat of a niche window, right? Like we'll fully admit that as much as we love it. So I'm curious to see how it plays. Hopefully it does really well. And I can assure you, right after that, we will be getting some sort of announcement that there will be a live action Thundercats movie as well.
Oh, and that honestly,
And it better be Travis
Yes.
Knight directing that also.
it has to be. And I was gonna bring that up if you didn't. Like, this needs to succeed, not just because I want to see it succeed, because I want my Thundercats movie. I was promised a Thundercats movie. I'm owed a Thundercats movie.
Oh man.
What's the matter, bud?
Yeah, we
Okay.
need all of it. And yeah, Tim, I know you've been asking for this, and I'm with you on this. You want
Oh man, I'm
Masters
okay
go.
with that.
I think
Well, once I get my my real He-Man movie and my Thundercats movie, I'm good. Have at it. I won't ask for anything else.
well, the interesting thing though is that Paramount, who owns the rights to Transformers and G.I. Joe, they also own the rights to Mask, and that was supposed to be a whole shared universe that they're trying to build over there, but they're just having a rough time getting the fucking thing off the ground. I mean,
Okay.
we liked Bumblebee and we loved Bumblebee. That was heading things in the right direction. But in Transformers Rise of the Beast, I enjoyed the hell out of it. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. I thought it was fun, but I thought it lacked the cleverness and the intelligence of Bumblebee. Like there was an all spark it was missing.
Wow. There it is. But apparently just box office wise, it didn't crush it. Like, I'm not saying it was like the next coming, but Rise of the Beast, I was down with. I liked it. That was setting up the G.I. Joe Transformers crossover. But you didn't get G.I. Joe off the ground because that Snake Eyes movie fell on its face. So they're having a rough time. So Mask, unfortunately, I don't know if that's down the case. By the way, I also, a couple of weeks ago, I ended up going down a rabbit hole with some of these 80s cartoons and everything like that. And there's like a series of YouTube videos and whatnot that explain it. And I found out that a lot of these franchises didn't last as long as I thought they did. Like Mask got canceled like 10 episodes into season 2.
Oh, get out of here.
Because you were into Mask also and stuff like that?
I remember it, but I wasn't like it wasn't in my core. I'm just surprised.
No.
Yeah,
no, it wasn't like, listen, for me with those things, we talked about it. It was like the Trinity is Masters of the Universe, Transformers, G.I. Joe, right? And then like exactly other stuff was around, like Silverhawks was really cool.
Oh, I liked Silverhawks.
Yeah, and
Silverhawks was essentially Thundercats in space.
Exactly, and it was made by the same exact people and everything like that. Like it was pretty obvious that was what they were doing.
Of course,
and that's fine. It was really cool though. And again, these things were basically made to sell toys. But with Mask, apparently they made this 60-something episode season 1, and then in season 2 they went from so in season 1 they were like Cobra, elite operatives, terrorist organization, very much set up kind of like G.I. Joe. Right, and there was always some like connection between the two, and then they inexplicably in season 2 shifted everything to race cars.
What?
I don't remember any of this, and it lasted 10 episodes and it was over.
I need a documentary on that.
No, there is them. I'm telling you, I will send you links on YouTube.
Please,
I need to see this. Like stories, it's pretty wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Although I will say this now, I take it back. I'll be satisfied once I get my Silverhawks movie because I low-key love those action figures and that show.
They were so awesome. Dude, listen, those things just crushed it. But my guess is, again, I'm calling it now. This is successful. within 2 weeks, we're gonna get an announcement. Whoever the hell owns the rights to Thundercats,
Yep.
that's it. In production, it probably won't be Travis Knight because he'll hopefully be working on his sequel to Masters of the Universe. But somebody.
Somebody good. Don't. Oh, Quentin Tarantino's son. No.
Oh my lord. Dude, fine.
Sam Jackson is Panthro. Come
That's
on.
so insane. I need it.
Uma Thurman is Chitara.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Forget it. That would be. Oh man.
Bro. Brad Pitt is Tigra. Come on. Come on. I'm sold. This sells itself.
Oh man. So I don't know. John Cena, Lino.
Maybe John. Yeah, I like that. John Cena's Lino. I like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm super jacked up about this thing. I would, yeah, you can go down this whole rabbit hole, but man, this needs to work. I'm hoping this movie is awesome, and that will be the next thing. It will be the next thing. Like, comic book movies blew up and everything.
Yeah.
80s Saturday morning 80s cartoons will become the next thing.
Oh my God. And then. All right, so we'll get to core good ones, but when we get to the dregs, what are we going to be looking at? Like Hound Puppies or
I'm going to say this. I'm going to fucking say this. And I'm going to say, because they've gotten disrespected for so long, people need to stop shitting on the GoBots. Fuck this. There's been too much of this, man. I remember liking him as a kid, man.
I didn't watch the GoBots, but I wasn't a huge Transformers guy either. So
okay, yeah, it was. Listen, I wasn't. They were not on the level of Transformers at all. They were They were smaller toys. They were simpler transforming. I do remember going to the movies to see their movie though. I went to the theater. There was GoBots Battle of the Rock Lords. I remember checking that out and being hyped up about it. Now, as an adult looking back on it, I'm like. So wait, they all just transform into rocks? What the fuck? What is this? But I don't know. I think they had some cool shit. Listen, James Gunn takes a shot at them in the Guardians Holiday Special.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But now GoBots are canon in the MCU apparently because they killed Drax's family or Drax's something or whatever.
Oh my God, you're right. I forgot about that because I've only watched that once. I forgot about that.
Because he sees somebody by Man Theater dressed up as their version of Megatron, Sight Kill.
Yes, that's right.
Kill. Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah. The GoBots. There can be Centurions. Bionic 6.
Bionic 6. I know this only lasted like 10 episodes, but I want Jason the Wheeled Warriors.
Oh wow.
I don't know if you remember. Did you remember that?
Yes, I do. Yeah, that's a deep cut.
That is a deep cut. I loved all 10 of those episodes when I was a kid.
Yeah, there's a lot to dig into here, but I would imagine guaranteed Thundercats right after.
That's the next logical step. That's the next step.
Because they've maintained popularity also. Like you see people sometimes with like Thundercat shirts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
and they've also reinvented themselves a couple times.
Yep.
So they've it again, we know a certain version of it, other people know a different version. So it has appeal.
Exactly. So I don't know. That would be pretty sick. But yeah, super excited for this Masters of the Universe movie. Can't wait to see more. One of the many things we got coming out this year that we'll be covering here on the show that I can't wait to, and maybe we'll try to dig up some more Masters of the Universe to watch, and cover a little bit before that, leading up to that movie.
Hey, look, we did it once. Let's do it again. Let's find an old Masters of the Universe episode, right? We did that with G.I. Joe, right? Let's do that with Masters of the Universe. Let's find an episode. I have the whole thing on DVD. I have the whole original series.
Nice. G.I. Joe was, we did Cobra-thon and
Cobra-thon. Yeah, that's right. And the Viper, which was your favorite, because of I remember you told that story about when you were a kid.
Yeah, my father would call the house and ask to speak to the Viper.
I love that.
He was so in on these things. It was nuts. Like, it was wild. Yeah, it's yeah. We'll find some He-Man to dig up, and we'll watch some of that and see where that's going. But let's shift over gears to something else Amazon does own. Fallout Season 2, Episode 6. Let's drop that
Got a
spoiler ticker.
little uranium fever going on.
You do have a little Iranian fever. So if you have not seen Episode 6 that dropped on Wednesday, come back and check us out another time. But we're going to be discussing it in all its spoiler really goodness. You have been warned. So, Jason, you texted me and Rick late last night about this, and you were jacked up. So let's go. Let's go. Bring it on.
All right. So where do I start? Super Mutants, Ed. I got in this. I know it means nothing to you.
They look cool. That's
they look cool. They absolutely look cool. But like I got Deathclaws and Super Mutants, and the moment I texted you was, and I'll go through the plot like I always do. I just need to talk about the Super Mutants first. Was when they were dragging the ghoul to their hideout or their lair, and I don't know if you noticed like the bag that was hanging there in the background. That's a game thing. They have these bags of flesh where they keep their treasures, and mostly their treasures just bones and fingers and carnage. But sometimes you'll get like a good gun or something from there. But it looked so good that I was like, I knew exactly what was gonna. I knew where we were. I was like, I literally was like, oh my god, Super Mutants are coming! Oh my god, I got a Deathclaw to Super Mutants. Like, this really understands what the audience wants from it, and I am here for every second of it.
Yeah, again, not that I have not. For those, man, I know I did not play the game, but from a viewer who didn't, I was like, what the hell is this thing now? Like, what is going on here? Like, he's being dragged. Again, whatever. To catch up with his thing, the ghoul picks up where we found him last week. He's impaled, and he spends much of the episode trying to get out. There's even that thing where he kind of like goes all the way the fuck up.
Yeah,
he almost gets off and then slides right back down.
Yeah,
and he's asking Dogmeat to help him.
Yep, and Dogmeat runs off. There's some great Walter Goggins acting where he's starting to like, because he doesn't have access to his medication, so he's starting to like lose control, and he starts going, you have a daughter, and actually it uses the flashbacks in a very smart way to further the character's will. This, outside of the Super Mutants, this was a brilliant episode in tone.
I thought so. It was pretty. It was. I caught myself as I was thinking about like Doc Brown. About I was to say this is a pretty heavy episode. I was like, oh, man. heavy. Where were you from?
Future boys have problems with gravity.
Exactly. But yeah, there was a lot, especially around the ghoul / Coop.
Yeah,
his whole story. This is a lot about him.
It is, and we get some insight about his wife. And I think what's super interesting here is his wife's journey is mirroring Hank's journey in at least the way they want the audience to view them, because up until now we have viewed Hank as the villain, capital V, he's evil, right? Mm-hmm. And we did the same, or at least I did, with the wife, because she causes the war. We know this, right?
Yeah.
But to see Coop actually call her on it, and her be like, "No, I'm being manipulated," and then you see the guy from Lost, the villain from Lost, like gets in the elevator with her and threatens her and her kids, and and then you kind of see the guy who got the cold fusion. I forget his name right now, but the one who put it in Coop's head that she was behind it. You kind of get the sense, no, actually, this is the guy behind it, actually. And that whole thing of like, you thought this woman was a villain, but really she has her reasons, because that is what Fallout does best. No one is a villain or hero. Everyone is a flawed person doing the best they can in the wasteland.
Yeah, I can fully agree with that. I can see that. I guess the only one that we somewhat maintains her innocence. I would say maybe Lucy McLean.
Who maintains like her innocence?
Yeah, like her innocence. Like she still kind of has that like bright-eyed. I'm from the vault, and I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm trying to bring my dad to justice, even though he's my dad and everything like that. And that's where we'll get to that in a second between her and Hank. She's the only one. I mean, yeah, she was addicted to drugs at one point.
Yeah,
she's fighting it.
She's the only one who we see that has it, but she's changed, and there is an acknowledgement of that. She's not lost, but going out to the wasteland, it has corrupted her in an irreversible way. Now, what she does with that, and if she lets it get worse, it's a different story. And that's kind of what we see her wrestling with in this, right? Like, we'll jump around because we're assuming everyone saw it. When Hank takes her to the vault, and she gets her moment, and she pulls that knife, and she threatens him. That old Lucy would never have done that. But she tempers it with, I'm bringing you to justice. And that's the moment that Hank goes, oh, good, because, I thought my Lucy was gone. And so this show is intentionally playing with her kind of corruption versus fighting that by the wasteland.
Well, yeah, because we talked about last week, between, the ghoul, Coop, and Lucy, like he keeps saying that, you're me. You're me. And yeah, that's definitely one of the through lines throughout the series so far is how far Lucy can push. But she, again, just in comparison to some of the others, she hasn't gone there yet. But yeah, I could agree with you that she has learned about, put it this way, not everything is hunky dory and everything's perfect and it's like golly gee and everything. She's learned there's other shit out there.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of the point, because the vault dwellers in this, it's very clear, but also in the game, a lot of the times the vault dwellers that survive, because not a lot of those vaults did not end well. They're all experiments. They tend to be kind of naive because they are so distanced from the rest of the world. They grew up literally sheltered.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's interesting that they're really leaning into that and showing how far you could push someone who grew up in this naive, sheltered world, especially when it was run by someone from the evil corporation that caused all of this.
Yeah, because we do see too, like I think it was in this episode in the beginning, like Barb is in a meeting where they're talking about the experiments they're going to launch in each different vault, and one of them's going to run out of water, and one of them's going to do this, and obviously that looks like it's Vault 33. That's the one that's running out of water now, and then she's overseer is looking for help, and then basically Vault 30 is it Vault 32 is the one that's telling them basically to fuck off.
Yeah, and I love that because that's the thing from the game. Like, put two vaults together, cut off one of the resources at some point, and see how they deal with it. Right? I believe that's literally one of the vaults in the game. So I think that's awesome, and I think it's also really cool the way it explores again the I would say not just the naivete but the entitlement of the vault dwellers, because I don't know how you read this, but I didn't read the overseer, the older woman from Deadpool. I didn't read her as the being wrong or the villain in breaking up the incest group, because her whole thing is you put in for this stuff before we had a resource deficit. Now we do. We got to think of the greater good. And this guy's like, no, F you. You can't stop our incest group and you can't stop the requisition. But like, she's trying to do the responsible thing and rein them in. And I couldn't help but like thinking about like modern day, politics, not just in America, but globally, and just how politics tend to work. Of, I want my share at any cost because I'm entitled to it. And if you're trying to take my freedoms, I'm going to fight it. But it's like, but you're going to doom us all.
100%. And it's funny, like, I was chatting with somebody a couple hours ago regarding this in a real life situation here. And yeah, there was, without divulging too much, there was certain people who have entered the workforce at a certain age that feel like they are entitled to all these perks that they
Right.
get. And meanwhile, it's like, do you have any idea what you're getting right now? Like,
Yeah.
this is
Like,
not.
people have to fight for this.
Yeah, exactly. Like, listen, many years when a lot of us were in the workforce a lot earlier, this was all unheard of. This is what you're getting is great. Now, if this was taken away, you would leave and do what? Are you out of your
Yeah.
mind? You know what I'm saying? But you're right. It does kind of correlate with this. Like this guy in the that's running the group there. You're right. He's like going nuts and shoving a cake in his mouth. And he's like, you can't take this away. But the overseer, she's 100% correct.
Yeah.
Like, hey, shit changed. We have a crisis
Right.
we're trying to solve. You can't be doing this. Like, we're not saying your group's not important, like your support group for the incest support group, but that snack budget's got to get cut, buddy. Like, we need to think of the greater good. And they're like, no, screw it. Like, they're not thinking big picture, but that's what managers and people in charge, that's kind of their job if they're doing it correctly. They're supposed to be thinking of it that way.
If they're doing it correctly. And I think it's interesting, like, yes, she's from the past, as is the Cyclops who runs the other vault, but she clearly is benevolent. She clearly wants to help people.
Yeah.
Like, her being shady, as I've seen it, is just to protect people from knowing what's going on because she doesn't want them to panic. But when you have that, if you remember the interaction last episode where she was talking with the other vault leader, overseer, and she says, like, the reason that I chose you to take the next place, the reason we got you in was because I thought we would work together. So, I think she kind of knew this could happen.
Yeah.
And she's kind of the good one trying to fix things, and so she's getting this feedback. And it's funny because it looked to me at first if they would have stormed the place and kill everyone. They had all the guards with the guns and stuff, but it played out so differently and subverted my expectations. Where I walked away going, "No, that guy's being a dick."
I agree. I was kind of on the group side when the scene started, and by the end of it, I'm like,
Same.
no, I'm not. I'm not at all.
Same. And thematically, that's again exactly what they're doing throughout, right? We expect her to be the villain because she is the overseer from the Vault 31, and we think all of those people are evil because they come from the past and they're whatever, they work for the Vault Tech. But then in a moment where you think she's about to get violent, and we're already making judgments like, no, don't mess with these people. They're just people in their stupid little group. She actually is the good one, and they're in the wrong. And they do, that's what they do with Coop's wife. And we'll talk about this in a bit, but that's what they do with Hank. I feel they really take, this is what you thought you knew about the character. Now I want you to see them in a different perspective.
Yeah, and that's good writing.
It's very good writing.
Yeah.
And I want to argue, I want to make a prediction based on that. So the super mutants, usually in the game, with very few exceptions, are like almost mindless brutes.
Daddy,
And
remember I couldn't eat this from?
I remember, buddy. Very good, buddy. Sorry. They were pretty much mindless brutes that are just like violent tribes that go and loot and pillage and kill and eat people. That is not what this character seemed like. This character seemed intelligent, not violent necessarily, but dedicated, and absolutely not evil because he still saves the ghoul, even though the ghoul doesn't give him what he wants.
Yeah.
And I think that little cap on this is the writers going, we know if you're coming in as a gamer, what you think you're about to see, but we're subverting that too.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. I guess to the Barb and Coop stuff, tied in with the ghoul that's there. Yeah, you're right, because I think if I remember, the episode does begin where they're laying out all the plans for the vaults with
Yeah.
her, right? And there's different experiments, and you can see the look on her face. She's almost like, "What the fuck? Or what am I doing? Like,
Yeah.
is this really all?" Because her basic whole thing is like, she's supposedly doing this to save her family, to get them into like one of these like, executive vault type things. So like maybe
Right.
not be one of these experiments. And we still don't really know where that lands, right? Like we're gonna find out how Coop became the ghoul at some point,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be pretty fucked up. But so yes, you're right. We go into this thinking she's the villain. They turn it on their head where you see this remorse on her part, and even she had that conversation she has with Coop in the house where he was like, "Have you always been a monster, or is this just recent?"
Did I just not see it?
Yeah,
Like, that was the other question. Did I just not see it?
Yeah.
Oh, that was so good.
Yeah, that was something, and they have that that dialogue there where he's like, I know what's going on here. I know he basically finds out everything because he does. Last episode, he went on that whole drinking binge, after he kind of started learning a lot about her. But she's way more sympathetic in this episode with it. But I still think there's more to be revealed,
Of course,
regarding the whole thing. I guarantee she's gonna be directly responsible in a way for him turning out the way he did.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like, well, so the way the ghouls happen is because of the radiation, right?
Yeah.
Now what we do know, and I think you're right, because what we do know is when the bombs hit, him and his daughter were at a party. We saw that in the very first episode of the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We now know his daughter is in the executive vault with his wife, which means that things happened after that. So I'm willing to bet that, I'm willing to bet, like, the way he became the ghoul is the way people become ghouls in this is the radiation, the prolonged exposure to radiation. But I think the kicker is going to be is she's the reason he's not in the executive vault with them.
Yeah.
Like, she keeps him out.
Yeah.
That's my call.
Yeah, I agree. And then the stuff with Hank and Lucy.
Superb. And again, I can't say this enough. Kyle MacLachlan, I love watching Kyle MacLachlan act. He is able to pull off sweetly menacing.
That's a good way to put it.
Which is not easy because they're contradictions, but he's wholesome and murderous. And I think that's him. That's his time when he worked with David Lynch, because that's David Lynch's wheelhouse, right? But what he does essentially is he wants to have a conversation with Lucy at dinner because he misses his daughter, which I believe.
No, he does.
I don't think he's made. I genuinely was like, "Did you get to read this book?" I forget what book it was.
So many people.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
But I should have clocked it because that's got to mean something. But and she's like, "No," and he's like, "Oh, well, we could just discuss the parts that you did read." And then when he pulls the knife on her, he doesn't try to stop her. He's not going to harm his own daughter, and that's the wholesomeness of it, right? We've seen him murder people. We've seen him bomb towns. We've seen him do despicable things in the past and the present. But no one in Fallout is a true monster. Everyone has the human underbelly, and his human underbelly is he loves his daughter. He genuinely does. He didn't get her because he wanted to torture her. He missed her. He wanted to make sure the wasteland didn't kill her.
Yeah, and the look on her face when she sees him for the first time, like she is just like completely gutted, like just I don't know. I would say gutted, shocked, appalled, all at the same time.
And I'm gonna throw in there part of it. A little part of her missed him too.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And that's in the actresses. That's in her performance. And I think that's part of it too, because he's a monster, but he's also my dad who raised me. We have these book club talks. Like, and that's why, like, I think that's more the impetus for I'm bringing you to justice. Like, I think if it wasn't her dad, maybe then, she would have been a bit more corrupted in that moment
Mhm.
because it's like a survival thing. But she knows he's not going to hurt her, and she can't hurt him. So it's like, what else are you going to do? Oh yeah, I'm going to take you to justice, fine, because I got to do something.
Well, I mean, she did say that's been her mission, right? Like on his whole journey now has been to bring him to justice specifically. She keeps telling, when
Yes.
people ask her about it, she repeats it. And she also, like, it's also pretty smart by Hank to kind of immediately go for the book club thing to disarm her. Immediately.
Yes. Yep.
Emotionally disarm her. And once he does that, he gets her talking and stuff, and she reluctantly answers the question about the book and stuff and like everything like that, and she can finish it and stuff. And I thought that part was like really fascinating because she also starts seeing all these people walking around with those devices on their necks. So like,
Yes.
she's completely accusing him of brainwashing all these people, and they're all his servants. Now, it's correct-ish,
And-
or what are you thinking?
So this is the question the episode is asking, right? Because clearly, they show this, right? You see members who are in adjacent gangs who are killing each other, which we have seen in this season.
Mhm.
You see them working together and being real friendly and seeming real happy. And then Hank very strategically lets two of the guys go because she says so, and has her decide whether to push the button to activate their chips, and they immediately try to start killing each other. And so this episode is asking, is it better to have free will but be miserable and violent and kill each other, or to be enslaved and be happy and have peace? And I don't know the answer, and I don't think it has an answer, right? But that's the moral question that this video game show is dealing with.
Yeah, it is pretty high level shit.
It is.
And I don't know, because even Lucy, the look on her face when she sees that and she sees what's going on there, because Hank has all these people doing work together, and they're all this and they're
synchronized to music. I love that. I love that scene so much.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah, and also there's a scene where she's like, these people need to get free will. They need to do this. And he's like, all right, we'll open the doors. No problem. Right? Everyone can go, right? This is what we're going to do. This is what Hank tells them. And because Lucy, says so, and basically throwing it on her lap, and they're like, well, we don't want to go. We want to stay.
Can we stay? And then
here.
And then he goes, okay, well, we're going to leave the door open, and you guys make your own choice.
Yeah. I mean, he's playing chess right now.
He is. And also, just on this issue, because clearly blowing up the Commonwealth was wrong. Like, not the Commonwealth, that's Fallout 4. Blowing up the city that he blew up was wrong.
Yeah.
But in this instance, like, he's got a point. Like, and especially if you remember, the first guy he turned, he asked him. He got his permission for this. So it makes me wonder how many of them took that choice. Like, you know what? Yes, I will let you control me. I will let you put this chip in me. Just feed me and give me shelter and keep me safe.
I would imagine we're going to find that answer out next episode.
I think so.
Yeah, we're going to find out a little bit more about that choice. And it's this show, man. It's
brilliant.
It really is.
Yeah, it works on so many levels, so many cylinders. And as we said, like, you watched the Super Mutants scene, and you went, that looks awesome. I watched it and I went, the implications. And it doesn't matter the view you're watching it from. It works on both player of the game and someone who's never even seen a still of the game. It still works.
Well, that's what I've always said. Like, we've said that a bunch of times with this stuff,
Yes.
right? Like, the stuff that we cover here is usually video game adaptations, comic book adaptations for the most part.
Yeah.
You know, our movie currently thing, not so much. This is original IP stuff, but you shouldn't have to know the source material to enjoy
Agreed.
the adaptation. That's the right way to do it. Now, if you want to know more or another version, feel free to explore more. Like a lot of times, like I mentioned, my wife enjoys a lot of this stuff too. She's never played any of these video games. She read her first comic book a year ago or
That's
earlier
awesome.
this
I
year.
love that.
And she loves the DC and Marvel stuff and all that. She's like, listen, let's go, let's do it. And it's not just because, oh, my husband likes it. She genuinely is into this shit. And, you know, her stuff is Harry Potter. I don't read those books. I don't read Game of Thrones, but I watch that stuff, and I'm enjoying the hell out of that. So that's good adaptations. And this is
Agreed. Agreed. As we always say, don't give me homework, give me a good story. And this
Exactly.
this is that.
And
I'll tell
I
you
have
something.
the choice. Give me the choice to do the homework.
Exactly. And I was going to say, like, I kind of wish that there was some way I could Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind both the show and the game from my brain. Watch the show for the first time. Love it, because I will.
Mhm.
And then play the game and get into the game for the first time again, and then go back and watch it again. Because I would get so much more out of it. Like, it would literally be like watching something completely new with all the lore information. And I kind of wish I could experience both.
I do wish that sometimes with like comic book stuff. If I just watched this and I didn't know jack shit about the source material.
Right. Just how would it
Just
play?
out of
How would
curiosity.
this look?
So it is. By the way, speaking of which, too, like completely before we jump to the next thing is, there's the new Game of Thrones series started on Sunday.
Oh no! Is this? It's not. Is this House of the Dragon or is it something else?
No, it's a night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Okay.
It's a very different type of Game of Thrones thing. It's a much lighter heart. It's like an underdog story.
Okay.
There's no dragons or nothing like that. It's pretty unique.
I think I'm going to do what I normally do. Is wait until it drops fully and then see what people say and decide. Because I tried the House of the Dragons, and I love the actor in it, the guy from Doctor Who, Matt Smith. But it just didn't grab me. Because I think it was so different than Game of Thrones, and I just finished Game of Thrones, so I think maybe I need some distance, let those shows build up, and then I'll do what I did with Game of Thrones and just binge it.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. So anything else on Fallout before we move on to our feature film of the week?
Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, we had a little with Maxim, but not a lot. So we just see him kind of go off with that ghoul that he helped. Like, there's not really much there, but they set up for the next time. And again, I like that character. I hope they give him a bit more to do because he's been kind of doing a little bit. But whatever. I trust the show completely. But outside of that, I think we covered all the important stuff.
Yeah, we only got. I'm pretty sure this is 8 episodes, so I mean, there's only 2 left for the season. So got some stuff to.
But they can do a lot. They can do a lot,
sure.
though.
Oh, for sure. All right. So on that note, then let's shift gears then to our movie of the week. So again, those who have been keeping up with us, said we've been going through the Alien film franchise. We did Predator. Now we're into Alien. We're going through by theatrical release order, and that brings us to 1995's Alien 3, which was the directorial debut for David Fincher here. Kind of wild to again know that and just throw that out there, being where his career would go after this.
And I'm going to say this. None of this is Fincher's fault. I think he was set up for failure by the studio. I know there was a lot of studio interference. I know he very publicly said this was not the movie he wanted to make. And I'm sorry, but David Fincher has made two of the greatest films of all time, and he does so shortly after this. Seven and
shortly.
Fight Club.
Yeah, very
And
shortly after this.
he proves very shortly after this he can direct a movie if he's trusted. So clearly, this was not his movie. So I absolve him of any possible recrimination, and none of my anger that might come out against this movie is directed at him because it's not his fault.
So, we have spoke glowingly for the first two films
They were
in
great.
this franchise. This film is one that I have not seen since I was a teenager. Okay, so I was about 15. We were both 15 when this came out.
Okay.
I absolutely despised this film when I was a child. As an adult, I still despise this film. It is easily one of the biggest fall-offs from one film to the next that has ever happened. I mean, ever happened.
It's
You have a franchise that went from Alien to, which is one of the great, maybe arguably the greatest sci-fi horror film ever made. To shift gears to Aliens, which was directed by James Cameron,
right,
which
is
is
possibly one of the best science fiction action movies ever made.
exactly now to this. Now, telling by the title, they decided to take it back. Their concept was to take it back to the original, right? They were going to go back to sci-fi horror suspense, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm saying, based just starting by.
No, you're
title,
right. You're right. That was definitely the intent.
That's the intent. Just talking on concept right now. Okay, let's start there. That's what they were shooting for. And they go back to an alien, singular, right? Group of people isolated by the original, by with one xenomorph in an isolated place. And also, I just want to read to you, because we talked about marketing earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just want to read to you a list of the taglines for this film.
Oh God. Okay.
Okay, and let's just see if any of these held true once the film was seen.
All right. I like this.
In 1979, we discovered in space, no one can hear you scream. By the way, I got the year wrong. It was 1992.
Okay. Fair enough.
In 1992, we will discover on Earth, everyone can hear you scream.
Which, no, that of course didn't happen, but it does speak to the fact that this movie originally was supposed to be Alien on Earth.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
And essentially, which we only got recently in Alien, the awesome
Alien
show we
Earth.
watched. All right, I'm going. Yeah, it's got these aliens. Takes place on Earth. What is it called again?
It's a thing.
Oh, I get it. It's an Alf on a planet. No, but yeah, I mean, we finally got that with Alien Earth, but they wanted to do that since this. And imagine going, we're taking the aliens to Earth to, let's take it to a prison colony with a bunch of forgettable bags of flesh and Charles S. Dutton, who
Yes.
I actually do like him in this movie.
He is excellent in this movie. I will give him that.
Yeah.
In 1979, it came from within. In 1986, it was gone forever. In 1992, our worst fears have come true. It's back. Now, I can say that in 1992, my worst fears did come true. Just not in a way that they intended.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
I mean, good Lord.
Yeah, this this is painful to watch because it should have been good. It could have been good. There are elements here, like David Fincher, excellent director. They got Sigourney Weaver back. Charles S. Dutton, I know he had legal troubles or whatever. I'm not sure about that. I think he's an excellent actor. I actually used to love that show Rock he was on
Yeah,
as a
I'm pretty
kid.
sure that was around this time.
I'm pretty sure it was. That was like the Charles S. Dutton sons.
Yeah.
You know, that I don't love the idea of it. I don't love the execution of the idea of it being in a prison or a penal colony.
Mhm.
I think the idea itself could have worked. But that's the thing. Like there's stuff here that this could have been some. Oh, and don't forget, yeah, we killed Bishop, but not because we couldn't get Lance Henriksen back. Because no, we get Lance Henriksen back. We kill Bishop just to piss you off.
Oh, I didn't even
Like-
get to that. I didn't even get to that yet because we
well-
definitely need to go through this film because there is
Well,
sweet Jesus,
No,
the decisions
for
that are
sure.
made.
Terrible. But what I'm saying is, like, so you also could get Lance Henriksen. You've got material to work with here. What happened? You also introduce something that I think is interesting and only falls flat because they do nothing with it. But the idea that the xenomorphs are different depending on the species they're birthed from,
Mm-hmm.
that should have been the major focus of this.
And nope.
And it was a throwaway nothing.
Which, by the way, we'll get to this a little later because me and you watched two different versions of this film again.
Oh, we did. Yes, that's right. That's right.
That changes based on the version you've seen.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that part right there. We'll get back to that in a second.
Okay.
That changes because in both versions it's drastically different. There are two totally different animals that birth the xenomorph.
That's interesting. Okay, I did not know that because I don't think I've seen the special edition of this.
Yeah. Whatever. Again, we'll hold on to the comparison in a second. How about this one? 3 times the suspense, 3 times the danger, 3 times the terror.
What?
Exactly.
There aren't 3 aliens in this movie. And even if there were, that's not 3 times the million aliens we saw in Aliens.
No, it makes no sense. It's time. This time, it's hiding in the most terrifying place of all. That's it. That's exactly.
What, Ripley's uterus?
Many could be
I,
petrified of
what-
Ripley's uterus.
I mean, we should be. But what is that? What does that even mean? Where is it hiding? In this penal colony?
Inside? I don't know. That's what I took from it. I don't know.
But it's always inside.
I don't know.
It's dumb. It's dumb. It's dumb. Everything about this was dumb.
So that's my point, Jason. I wanted to go through the taglines because even from right after the concept was created for this movie, then this movie was basically went to shit in so many ways. Now, also, right after concept, you have to begin this film. And when you choose to begin this film, where, again, also, by the way, me and you both saw 2 very different versions of the beginning of this film.
Oh, okay.
All right. So by everything I've heard, supposedly, most Alien fans feel that the special edition is the superior version of this film.
Okay. I mean,
Now it's another 2 hour and 40 minutes. But I can tell you this 2 hours and 40 minutes versus the Aliens 2 hours and 40 minutes felt drastically different.
yeah, I can imagine. I mean, one was what you were like, yeah, this is good, and the other like, oh God, I gotta take a walk.
Well, me and you both took a break
We both.
during our viewings of this film.
We absolutely, and when we get to it, I'll tell you the exact moment I knew I needed a break, and it was because of the disgusting way they handled Ripley's character. But we'll get to it.
Oh, I'm curious. Whoa, we might have taken a break around the same time. Um, so for those who haven't seen this, they make the choice to basically kill Hicks and Newt and most of Bishop off screen in a crash landing, because Ripley crash lands on this basically this random prison planet that Weyland-Yutani has, and it was a way to write them out. But yet, for the first almost hour of runtime of this film, we're dealing with that decision that happened off screen.
It was like, yeah, it's like, you know, poop or get off the pot here. Like, you can't say we're gonna kill these characters that you loved, because I did love Newt, the last one.
Absolutely.
I did love Hicks. Bishop is my favorite, like outside of Ripley, because Ripley is the best. But outside of Ripley, Bishop's my second favorite character in all the Alien franchise. And you kill them unceremoniously, and then you're right, you spend an hour working with it. Like, I forgot how much of the plot in the beginning of this movie, because it's like watching two different movies. It's like Alien 3's at the last hour, but the beginning is whatever happened to Baby Newt, because it's like, we got to go. We got to exhume the body. We got to open the body. We got to make sure there's not something there. What's there? I don't know. I won't tell you. You trust me? You can trust me. We're going to sleep together. What are we going to do? Wait, what happened to Hicks? Let me go. I got to hook up Bishop. Bishop, what are you doing? This is what happened. Kill me, Ripley. Okay, it's fine. But that's the first hour. It's like, what? Why dedicate the first hour of your movie to three characters we loved and you killed off screen? Why?
It kind of, in a weird way, it's sort of somewhat reminded me, but this was the shitty way to do it. I don't know. How familiar are you with the Karate Kid movies?
The first two, very familiar, not so much after that.
All right, that's fine. You don't need to, again, for the film franchise, whatever. But the beginning of the second movie literally is a recap of the first movie.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
I mean, they're showing you the first movie. They're basically saying, you didn't see the first movie, so we're going to catch you up. This movie does it in a really stupid manner, almost, right? To an extent. And you're dealing with the ramifications of off-screen deaths. So on one hand, yes, you're acknowledging that these characters meant so much to Ripley for what happened in a superior film that isn't here now. And you're just kind of like dragging this the fuck out. Like you mentioned, there's a lot of like decisions that are made here where she's basically, for the first hour of the film, she is talking to their basically on-site doctor, who is played by Charles Dance, whose character's name is Clemens.
Ooh, I like the actor. That was like half a character.
Yeah, he's way better than this. There's a film me and you love that he's fucking awesome in, called Last Action Hero.
Oh yeah, baby, which we are going to cover at some point. I might request it as my birthday episode, which comes in April.
You don't have to twist my fucking arm, but which also came out around the same time, because Last Action Hero was around this too.
That's right. And then, but see, that movie is a brilliant, misunderstood movie that was way ahead of its time.
Yes.
This is garbage.
Yeah, it is. All right. So, while there's the how did Newt die? How did she die? We know Ripley is like, hey, I just want to know if a fucking xenomorph burst through her chest, because I suspect a xenomorph survived on our ship, right? Because that's basically what happened here. We see in the opening scene, in the opening credits, that a xenomorph, a facehugger, wraps itself around somebody.
Yeah.
And, kind of causes the ship to crash land on this planet. Now, we don't know who that is. We think that it's Newt. Later to discover.
Do we know? Do we think it's Newt?
Did you ever think it was Newt at any point? Before, like the first time you saw this film. Like, obviously this time we know what happens.
Yeah, no, I never did. I actually thought this. I forget this exists because I think it's so boring, and I think the misdirection is like. I think I was more upset that they killed those characters that I was invested in who was facehugger. So maybe it's not that I never suspected Newt; it's I never cared because I wanted these characters back. Even if you killed them off in a ceremonious way in the first half an hour.
Yeah, but you did, right? Because you needed to isolate Ripley, I guess, for this story to happen, and I guess that's what they're. It's stupid. It's a dumb decision, but I guess that was their thinking. That was the thought process here.
I mean, I guess so, but it could have been done in such a better way that, picture this: they crash land on the planet, they're all alive, right?
Yeah.
They get to the penal colony. Instead of everyone being saintly rapists, which is what everyone in there is, right? Like, we all follow God and love God, but we rape at will. Instead of that, have it actually be a prison, and that they're all taken in, and something messes with the prison, not the prisons, but like the xenomorph getting in opens the gates or something, and you get like maybe they get killed by the prisoners, and then the prisoners have something to do, and there are stakes, and then the xenomorph comes, and now Ripley has to work instead of this like, I'm impregnated, Rock, help me. Oh, I'll help you if you help kill it. I'll do it. Okay, we'll do it. Instead of that, make Charles S. Dutton the guy who murdered Newt, and now they have to work together. Wouldn't you rather have watched that?
Oh, absolutely. And I think that's what it is. I think you piss off the audience as soon as you like you said, unceremoniously kill beloved characters from the last film. It's just really, really, it's really a decision that ever works out well. Right?
No, and it's lazy.
It is. It's extremely lazy. I mean, I guess it is done differently because like on PCP Deep Dive, we covered the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. Now, between 3 and 4, the survivors of Dream Warriors do die in the first 15, 20 minutes. No. But I'm just saying, one is the right way to do it.
Yes.
That's what I was getting at. The comparison is Alien 3 chooses to unceremoniously kill beloved survivors of the previous film, where Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, chooses to kill off the previous characters, but at least gives them reasons why, lets them do something before choosing to have Freddy kill them off.
Yeah, their deaths matter, right?
Yes. They motivate
absolutely
Alice to do what she does.
Kincaid's death lets everyone know he's back. Which one? Joe? I forget
Joey,
which one.
He's
Joe
the one
was.
Joey dies in the waterbed.
Oh, right. So like he gets the tension up. He builds the tension. At some points, we get the Kristen. She relinquishes her power to the Dream Master. Like they do it in a way that it matters and it drives the plot and it hands over the torch to the new characters.
Yes. This just chooses not to do any of that. It's basically like, hey, those people, they died somehow. But yet we're going to really make sure that we talk about it for the first hour of the fucking film, because it's not bad enough that we chose to kill them off unceremoniously off screen. We're going to make sure that you get reminded about it for half of this film.
Yeah, that's the worst part. It's
really bad decision.
You're going to piss us off and then center the first half pissing us off and remind us why we're pissed off. It's like, did they want us to like this movie or not? Was this like a scam for like the producers? Like, was it a tax scam?
I don't know. I really don't know. So what point did you need to take a break?
All right. So the point I needed to take a break was...
I feel like we're at that point of the film where you took a break and I took a break.
Yeah. So I just need to walk out of the room because I don't want my son to hear the cursing that's about to happen. Oh, he's fine. All right, buddy. As we go back inside, I'll filter myself. So the part I took the break, part I took a break at was when she copulates with the doctor,
Yes.
and I it's not that I mind sex in my movies. I don't, right? But this was the misuse and misunderstanding of Ripley's character. Let's look at it through the lens of the first two, right? In the first Alien, there is no feminization. That could have been a male character. It didn't matter. She's one of the crew.
Yep.
Gender is irrelevant, right? In the second one, her femininity only comes into play as in a juxtaposition to the mother, the queen, right?
Yeah.
She finds out she was a mother. There's the queen. This is a great way to tie in the theme of maternity in this warped sci-fi way, right?
Yeah,
And then
we
along the
agreed
way,
that was the driving force behind Aliens.
right, 100%. And so she, at the end of that movie, she becomes a mother by adopting Newt at the expense of killing the children of another mother. And we discussed this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then in this, it's we didn't get before. She wasn't knocking boots. She wasn't almost getting raped. We got to make her a woman who needs help and a good D down. And I hated that.
So I think for me it was shortly after that because I was also just perplexed by that. Like again, I also don't give it. There's a part of me that doesn't give a shit that she randomly sleeps with Clemens. It's just the way. Number one, the way it happens, and the way that it leads to absolutely nothing after that.
Well, that's the point.
It's
like he dies 5 minutes after that.
Yeah, because it's like, hey, guess what? All right, so I see, because there was some flirting with her and Hicks and Aliens. Like I did get a little bit of some sort of a sexual tension between the two of them, right? A little bit,
which is fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Which is fine. But this,
and even if there was a romance there, it's fine because it was earned.
Yeah, exactly, right. But this one, it's just kind of like, hey, she's up. It's like, hey, you and nobody here, because he's explaining to her, most of these people, like they're probably dangerous around them because you're gonna tempt them and give them thoughts, and because they're alone at this point, and they're like, well, she's like, well, you haven't seen a woman in a long time either, right? Oh, okay, cool. I haven't gotten any in a while either. Boom, they wake up, obviously alluding that because there's no like actual sex scene in this, and they allude. Obviously, they make it very clear they slept together, yada yada, because they're waking up the next afterwards, or they're getting out of the bed afterwards, or whatever. And there's a quick discussion about it, very quick, and then he dies 5 minutes later. So, what, like narrative story wise, what was the point of this?
I'm going to discuss that.
It was just really random. It was really random.
I'm going to discuss that in a second, but I do need to ask you a clarifying question first. Uh-huh. And that question is, Ed, were they sleeping together? Or were they getting it on?
Whoa! Yeah!
Couldn't let that one go.
No!
No, but that's my problem is there is no point. I don't mind that they want to add sexuality to her character. That's fine with me. But like again, the first one, it's a very conscious choice to desexualize her. In the second, it's a very conscious choice to focus on one aspect of her femininity and have that mirrored in your aliens, right? To draw this thematic connection between us and them, to pose the question, like, are we the good guys or not? Like, because all this mother's trying to do is protect her brood, just like all Ripley's trying to do is protect her adopted daughter. There's purpose to it. This is just, well, I guess we haven't seen Ripley have sex yet. Like, there's no consequence, there's no metaphor, there's nothing. And then the fact that she almost gets raped like more than once really bothers me because that is not what this franchise is. That's not what the. I'm sorry, you try to rape Ripley, you're winding up in a world of pain. This is a woman who could take care of herself. Let's think back to that first movie
Hmm. Yeah.
and the second one.
Yeah. She definitely knows how to carry herself, especially at this point. Right? Like
Right.
especially at this point. Like she clearly is a badass here. And again, like whatever it is, like it's just that I thought like if you're gonna choose to do that, there needs to be a reason that it pays off for something. You know what I mean? But now I also have other questions regarding this. So Ripley and Clemens, they do get it on. At that time, there's a xenomorph in Ripley.
I mean,
I have questions.
and I know I also have questions too because there's a xenomorph in Ripley this whole movie.
Yes,
And
Jason, because
well,
that's where it's going.
yes,
When has a xenomorph? I mean, when has a xenomorph taken days to chest burst out of somebody? When did that happen?
I don't know, and maybe because this is like the actor xenomorph, where it has to come out at the most dramatic moment because it literally waits until she throws herself into a vat of whatever she throws herself into before it comes out and goes, "Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling." You know, I
Nice,
stole that from
space, nice faithful.
Thank you.
Yes,
I was gonna make sure I referenced my. That was a quote from Space.
I definitely do. I absolutely. I am quite familiar.
Not just in case the audience. That's not the. I knew you knew. Um, but like yeah, like every time we've seen a chest burster, it's like you're lucky if you got hours.
Yeah.
John Hurt is gone within like I'd say 6 hours,
Yeah. If that.
if that. And she's like up and around and getting it on and talking with Rock and making deals and paper and scissoring and having the coolest moment in the movie, which is the screen grab you got behind us. I think it's the only cool thing in the movie, personally.
Well, that I will say though, and I chose this as our wallpaper for tonight. This is one of the iconic shots in the entire franchise, ironically.
Agreed.
Because it comes from what I strongly feel is the worst film in this franchise. And again, I will say Alien proper. I'm not just
what AVP is a different.
AVP is its own thing, but I will say out of the Alien proper franchise, right, and that includes Prometheus and Alien Covenant. This is the worst movie. All of them. I can't imagine my opinion on any of the following films is going to change.
I mean, I've only
at least
not
changed
seen
on that part.
Yeah, I've only not seen one, and that's the one that you tell me is really good that I'm going to love.
Alien Romulus.
Yeah, and you're usually right about that. And so, with that in mind, I would agree with you. This. My question to you was going to be what's worse, this or the Predator? Because
I'm gonna need time to think about that one.
No, we don't have to answer that now. That's a question we should let's get back to that question when we rank all the Alien movies in a couple weeks.
Fair enough.
But that was the question I was thinking, and I don't have an answer myself yet. Because, but my whole point of bringing it up is this was that bad, where I watched this going, as I did with the Predator. Remember, I liked Predators mostly for the most part. Like I was soft on a lot of those movies, and why I hated the Predator was because it clearly misunderstood the franchise. And at least that was like a remake, a reboot of a remake of a sequel. This is the third in a trilogy.
At the time.
This should have, of a great trilogy, of two of the best movies. I would put both Alien and Aliens in my top 100 movies of all time. And I did, because I'm actually making that list for a friend of mine at work. We're putting a list like that together. And both of those movies, absolutely in the top 100. And I'm not saying they're at the bottom. I don't know, but they're that good. And then there's this, which is like boring and full of poor choices and literally like two movies shoehorned together. And you got to ask, like, what happened and what's worse? That's the thing. So we'll discuss that again. We'll get back to that question.
Um. So, yeah, this, and then like you had mentioned, it was, after that choice happens and Clemens gets knocked off, and then we see that they know, well, the xenomorph is going around killing a few people. This dude gets pushed into a fan. This other person gets murdered. The head warden guy gets murdered. So the alien is taking people out, and yeah, her and Ripley goes ahead and teams up with Dylan, and they decide to, formulate this plan to, to take down the alien and stuff like that. And she reactivates Bishop, or part of Bishop, to try to find out what happened on the ship, to try to close out that part of the, her investigation into what happened on the ship to Newt and Hicks. Whatever. They go ahead, they track they track the alien down. They end up killing the alien, and then at the end of the movie, yeah, you can fast forward a little bit, and then we get, Weyland-Yutani is on their way throughout the whole thing. And they say it's going to take them about a week to get there. So this movie is supposed to take place. This movie takes place over the course of a week.
You want water? Yeah.
And for the entire week, Ripley's running around with a xenomorph in her fucking chest. Like you said, does not burst out until the ending because Weyland-Yutani shows up to claim it. And, the head guy who Bishop is based on, he shows up to gather. They want to get Ripley because they know that the alien is inside her. And they want to, again, Weyland-Yutani continues their shit about wanting to get a xenomorph being the perfect specimen. Yeah, he gives that whole speech again. She basically says, fuck off. And she throws herself into whatever bat of fucking fire and flame that is there. And she sacrifices herself and kills herself to kill the xenomorph that's bursting out of her chest. And that's that. Ripley's done. And then we get a little homage to signing off. This is Ripley, her kind of like log there from the original movie. And that's the end of it. Clearly, this was supposed to end the franchise. Right? Like this, it was supposed to
that was absolutely the intention. And I think had it been better, it might have until like now. But I think that they wound up making the next movie we're going to watch because this was so bad. Like, I think they wanted fans and other people like wanted this to end on a better note. And I think that's why they got Sigourney Weaver back in the next one. And it's not perfect. We wouldn't talk about it, but it's a hell of a lot better than this.
Yeah, this movie is just, I mean, like you mentioned, it commits the worst crime possible. It's boring. Okay, it tries to be suspenseful thriller, but just there's a lot of nothing that happens in this movie. And I know there was a choice by Sigourney Weaver to not have guns in this movie for the most part and everything like that, right? Because there's a couple at the ending that Weyland-Yutani.
Yeah, and I'm actually fine with that. Like, I wouldn't mind because this movie, this franchise has been a genre shifter, right? I wouldn't mind like a more, I don't want to say like a Home Alone thing because I don't mean comedic, but like them having no weapons, or like if you're gonna put them in a jail or in a prison and there are no weapons, then they should be like rigging traps and stuff. Like the tension should come from how are they going to impede this? How are they going to fight it without weapons? But like everything else in the movie, the fact that they don't have weapons really comes to nothing.
Yeah, it basically was just like, you would think the concept was supposed to be, again, to make our characters have to think more and be more clever to fight the xenomorph. But not really. Like, it's not what happens. They have a bunch of fucking flares for the most part. And
Yeah.
they mention that this thing, like, is kind of scared of fire and stuff like that. And that's the only thing that, like, hurts it. But, like, that doesn't even really go too far with this either. Like, this movie is just a lot of concepts that don't really add up to anything at all.
I agree. And I just looked it up. It shares an ending with the huge similarities to an ending with another final movie at the time, and I think still, of a beloved sci-fi horror franchise.
Shit. Wow, why am I drawing? I'm drawing a blank here. What do you got?
It's a deep cut. In Critters 4,
Oh. Okay, here we go.
which came out in 1992, so it was the same year.
Uh-huh.
If you are familiar with the Critters franchise, you know that there was the town drunk on the first one,
Yep.
who becomes the kick-ass bounty hunter in the second one. He is the constant. He's in all of these. By the third one, the singer, the one who like the really good-looking one with the long hair,
Yeah.
from the first one, he's not in it. Like Charlie, the drunk, is the only bounty hunter,
Yeah.
and then the corporation that is trying to come and get the critters, because that's like in the future in space, sends the guy that the bounty hunter took the form of. And so it's like this moment where he's like, the company sent me because you know me and we want this. So it's kind of weird. I'm not saying one stole from the other because they came out at the same time, but I think it's kind of weird that Alien 3 and Critters 4 had similar sensibilities in their ending, considering how brilliant one franchise is
Yeah.
and how fun the other one is.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm trying to get something also because I wanted to break down that. Yeah, I don't know. This movie just really fails on every single level. Like, you can't end the franchise like this, and you're right. Like, that's why Alien Resurrection exists. Simply because this one just did not end it the right way, and we know that it doesn't end. After that, Ridley Scott comes back. He does Prometheus. He does Alien Covenant. He has ideas, and then, we get, Alien Romulus is where it's at, and that's been the one that's kind of resurrected this franchise, currently, at least on the big screen. Let's see. Whoever Lacey cut him, it's scenes, for example, the face hugger was wrong. All right, so the difference now, I watched the special edition, referred to as the assembly cut, and you watched the theatrical cut.
Correct.
Apparently, you saw Ripley is found by Clemens.
Yes.
In the ship, he takes her, because I got him finding her on a beach, crash landed.
Okay.
Exactly. It is pretty different.
All right. Maybe I do have to watch this at some point because I've never seen this. I don't want to, but I might have to.
You also got the xenomorph being born from a dog.
I did.
I got the xenomorph born from an ox.
There was an ox in your version?
There's an ox in my version. No dog.
There's no dog in your version? There's just an ox?
It's an ox.
Where does the ox come from?
God only knows. But there's an ox.
Well, I'm confused.
Oh, you should be. Let's see what else here. I have an article right here, but Fincher refused to any part of it. Yeah, so basically, also, by the way, David Fincher had nothing to do with this assembly cut because he refused to have anything to do with it, because ever since this movie was made, he has divorced himself from this film on every single level.
Because he's a smart man who knows that this is not his work.
There's an extra 37 minutes included in my version versus what you saw.
Okay, what? Are they productive 37 minutes?
Let's see, blah, blah, blah. So basically, the version is which has the cast come back to over. They basically had the cast come back to overdub some inaudible dialogue. Man. The same movie. It seems to be again. This is another article saying that the version I saw was much better, but it's still not good. I can assure you that. It basically gives the movie more breathing room. One of the big complaints, rightfully so, when Alien 3 first came out was the planet where Ripley met the prisoners and encountered the alien felt underdeveloped and small, barely more of the refineries. There seems to be more of a tension built up to when the xenomorph basically arrives.
Okay. All right. So I mean, it seems like an improvement, but not something that's going to fix the movie.
So it's basically a completely different paced movie that plays more for thrilling than yours was more of a yours was a kind of faster cut, more streamlined version of a film.
Okay.
So that's why people seem to enjoy the extra 37 minutes. I personally would have preferred a shorter runtime because I don't like this version either.
Did the alien that was birthed from the ox have horns?
Unfortunately not. No.
Okay. That would have been kind of cool.
I wish it did.
All right. Serious question, because I was kidding, but serious question. Did it have like ox characteristics? Like, because the one I watched sets up that the xenomorph that comes from the dog is different. Ripley actually says, like, I recognize that, but that's not what they look like. So, like,
yeah,
is that at all? Okay.
They do. She does acknowledge that the xenomorph is different this time around. I also want to say that this xenomorph in this movie isn't really. It looks like it's mostly not practical effects, and it seems like it's mostly CGI. Now I'm going to be honest. I think it looks like shit.
It looks terrible. It looks terrible, as does when the chest burster comes out at the end.
Yeah,
and she does the slow-mo fall. That looks awful. Like, the practical effects look so much better.
Yeah, that's it. And remember, during this time, like the early '90s, that's when CGI started becoming more into play. Like, I feel like this is the early days of CGI, where they were kind of like starting to kind of like do this. And it's funny that Jurassic Park comes out a couple of years later, and is complete. And also, Terminator 2 existed around this time too,
and both still hold up.
Yes, to this day. So
I mean, the only thing that wears thin in Terminator 2 is Edward Furlong's acting. Everything else is up to snuff.
It's true. Yeah, man. Again, whatever. If you're also watching along with these alien movies, three is just the fucking hits, man. Like this is just total garbage. Every decision is just nonsense. It's just it took everything that you liked about the first two movies and we're like, nah, we're good.
Yeah, and like again, the second movie understood what the first one was and also understood it wanted to be different. But like it is different in all the best ways. And also still doesn't feel like it's totally different from the first, even though it is. Right? It still feels like it exists in the same world. This seems like it exists somewhere else. Like this isn't really the Ripley we get in the last two. Like, don't forget, she's in cryosleep. She's the same person, or should be the same person she was in Aliens.
Yeah.
And she's not, because this movie does not understand. And also, Aliens knew, all right, we had one alien, now we got to ramp it up and have aliens. And all right, you can completely go back to one alien picking off a bunch of human beings. That's fine, but you still got to find a way to elevate it.
And another thing too is that you mentioned that you touched on it earlier. The cast of characters we get in this movie outside of Dylan they don't matter. They're, like you said, they're basically flesh bags to scream and run around and be picked off by the xenomorph, and that's basically it. There's zero character development with any of them. Besides, we know that they haven't seen a woman in a while. They're rapists, like you said. They're religious, and that's basically it. That's all we know about these people.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and that goes to what we were saying in Predator, the Predator run too, right? Like Predator, solid cast of characters, and yeah, some of them might have been caricatures, tropes, whatever, but they felt real because they had relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Same deal in Alien, right? You look back and you had the power dynamic, you had the Harry Dean Stanton and Yaphet Kotto, and they're like best buds, and like they felt real. They were characters. And then the second one, you got in we said Predator 2, it was less, right? We had one or two characters. Aliens, no, they kept it up. Every one of the Marines mattered. They had pathos. They had
Hudson,
purpose.
you had Hicks, you had
Right.
Vasquez. You had these Apone. You had characters that had different personalities, and you got to care about them. And
they worked because they cared about each other.
Exactly. There was genuinely something. These guys, again, they're just there. And that's also where this movie, like, it doesn't matter.
The only two people whose death got anything from me was, of course, Ripley, but I think that's stupid. But of course, like, she's, it's Ripley, and the guy that Charles Dutton played, and that was because I liked the actor. Honestly, I thought his death was kind of pointless.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Because it slows the alien down, but it doesn't the xenomorph down. It doesn't stop it. So, like, sacrifice wasn't really for much. So, everyone else, I couldn't even tell you who died outside of those two and the doctor.
Yeah, the doctor, the guy who gets thrown into the fan.
Oh yeah, that guy.
The warden, whatever. It's basically
but they're not characters. They're flesh bags.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know. But there are two glaring plot points to this movie that are just baffling and make absolutely no fucking sense. It is, number one, how this movie happens is they blew up the, was it LV-29 or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
They blew up the alien homeworld at the end of the last one, killing the queen, killing basically everything. So how did one facehugger end up on the ship? There were no eggs, there were no nothing. They're just like, hey, so a facehugger was randomly on the ship. It was very Emperor Palpatine returns somehow. Like, just
right, yeah. The facehugger is there
somehow. And
yeah, it's stupid.
Why does this facehugger get to Ripley while she's in cryo sleep and last a week when you've clearly stated that it doesn't take that long in the previous two films?
Right.
They both happen simply because movie has to happen.
So, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like, you're right. It's why is this happening? Plot reasons.
Plot. Why plot?
Right. But you're right. But it doesn't. There's no logical sense to it.
Yeah, because they could have at least just showed you how an egg was on the ship. Like, I just don't also just have a hard time believing that the way that they handled things at the end of Aliens, that somehow they would have missed a fucking alien egg on their ship.
Yeah, no, that makes zero sense.
Okay, and also, you need to give some reason, something, to give me of why that magical facehugger, birthed a xenomorph into Ripley that lasted a week. Not just because it's Ripley.
Right, exactly. Because I mean, just because it's Ripley does not mean that she has special xenomorph powers, like or special powers to fight against xenomorphs. Like none of that is there.
Yeah, and it's never explained at any point or even acknowledged or anything like that. It's just bizarre.
No.
Because the scene in the wallpaper behind us is basically the xenomorph. The new xenomorph chooses not to kill Ripley because it senses that it has a xenomorph, that she has a xenomorph in her. That's why she doesn't get killed in that scene.
Yeah, and that's a cool thing, but it just doesn't make like. And I
There's
think
no-
that was their concept, but it doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
Yeah, there's just you didn't write the. You just chose not to explain those things, and you can't not explain those things.
Right. And it could have been as easy as when she finds out, maybe the doctor helps her and actually serves the purpose of a doctor and says it's gestating at a slow rate, maybe and then she posits maybe, oh, it was put in me while I was in cryo sleep. Maybe it's gestating taking something, a line, 2 lines of dialogue could have fixed the issue.
Just acknowledge
And
it. That's all. There's
that's
zero
it.
acknowledgement.
And we might be saying, oh, that's stupid, but at least there'd be a reason.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's hand waving. Basically, is what we get. Oh. All right. Anything else on Alien? Anything? No, this movie is just extremely. That's basically the best way to describe it. It's just a really frustrating fucking movie.
It's a frustrating movie. Nah, I got nothing else. I'm done with this movie. I wanna get on to the. I'm glad that we're at the bottom because we can only go up from here.
Yeah. And again, from what I recall, that's kind of how I felt about Alien Resurrection. It's not like a return to form, but I remember it being enjoyable.
Yeah, they're doing
We'll see
something
how I feel.
different.
Yeah, we'll see how I feel
Doing
about
something
that
different.
after. But
Yeah, but all right.
All right. Well, then that does wrap it up for us then on this Friday evening. Thanks for joining us as always. If you joined us on the Facebook live stream, be sure to check out Granny's PhD's Facebook group, where we share a bunch of trailers and stories and stuff like that don't make the show. So check us out there. Check out Pop Culture Pros and popculturepros.com because that's who we are presented by. If you're checking us out on YouTube, subscribe to Pop Culture Pros, like and subscribe, and also wherever you found your audio-only podcast. We will be back next week. We will have episode 7 of season 2 of Fallout, and we will be putting a quick timeout on the Alien franchise, though, because we won't be getting right into Alien Resurrection because we do have an MCU series dropping
We
fully
do.
next week in Wonder
Oh,
Man.
it's dropping fully.
That's why, it's going to be tough for us to kind of do all
Agreed.
however many episodes and the movie and that, because
Agreed.
those days, that's a bit.
We can't do 3-hour shows anymore.
No, we don't want to. So, so join us next week. We'll be talking Wonder Man and Fallout. Then we will resume back with Alien Resurrection in about 2 weeks or so. So, if you're on the East Coast or most of the country, bundle up, hunker down because we got some snow coming and it's going to be freezing. So, time to watch some good stuff. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
Later.